Hi there. Today's reading is a very short little piece of flash fiction called Tasters, published originally in the Bitter Oleander. So thanks to them. Yeah. Tasters. She makes her fortune after root rot kills the soybeans. The cows all go mad, and infectious bronchitis fells the chickens. Everything meaty, the proteins from legumes and animals and all, wiped out in a quick blight. And then, left standing, her, with her golden skin and muscle that piles onto her bones thick and fast like those spongy pill toys that when dropped in water explode into dinosaur shapes, giraffes, swinging monkeys. Like a piece of paper folded tight and released, swinging into golden, glorious bounty of pale white. Her skin, smooth and golden and gleaming like something battered and fried. Instead of lotion, she rubs herself with salt, then lays on a blanket in the public park until the smell draws the hungry her way, their mouths salivating, eyes boring into her flesh as if they are carrion birds. And then she sits up, ruffles her hair with a series of small head shakes, and produces a potato peeler from her beach bag decorated with cartoon kittens. The first few shears hurt in that way that the expectation of pain does, even when agony isn't really there, because, after all, her nerves can only stretch out so far, and these extra layers that cling to her like needy children go beyond those bounds. The brain is tricked into some kind of groan and flinch. But then she gets used to it as she cuts, switching to a paring knife when she hits the good stuff, the quadriceps that glisten with fat and steam, the leaner bicep and tricep. They crowd without shame, the royal of hunger overpowering the royal of revulsion. She shouts out prices per slab of juicy meat, and hands thrust dollar bills at her like confetti. They rain down around her, and she gathers them up, more money than she's ever had before. Already, after that first wave, the cuts have healed, the meat and epidermis sewn up and growing again. She can feel it, like pillows being stacked atop her prone form. She takes her show on the road, slicing bits of herself off like lamb and chicken from the turning spits in Greek restaurants. She slathers her arms in crushed pepper and cumin, douses her calves in hot sauce and grain mustard. Her buttocks steep in Worcestershire. From the cart she bought she doles out her body, carves her abdominal muscles and her shoulders and ribs. Health inspectors look the other way in return for a morsel of Latissimus dorsi. The world follows her in a marching stream, licking their lips and groaning at the satisfaction in their bellies. Rich women, throats clad in pearls and jade and amethyst, pay for her to cater afternoon teas and bat mitzvahs, ignoring the outdated rules of kosher still trapped in the 20th century. Michelin chefs experiment with her flesh, presenting tartares and ragouts and hamstring niçoise to high rollers and foreign dignitaries and oil barons. She receives applause and glazed stares of gluttony. Men ask her on dates, propose marriage, make lewd calls, wild to taste the intimacy she does not sell. She receives death threats, crazed letters written in chicken scratch. I want to gobble your eyeballs, suck down your intestines, gnash your ventricles against my molars. She hires bodyguards, builds a fence around a mansion, pays for her best friend's gender reassignment surgery. She hosts charity galas, $200 per plate. Bobby Flay prepares the charcuterie of her cheeks and throat, while celebs sip mimosas and whisper about their favorite canapes. The fingerling potato mash with thumb shavings is a hit. People ask, will you fall in love? Will you marry? How many children will you bear? She shrugs these off, ignores the handsome men that fall to one knee, laughs at the dozens of roses, the invitations to Paris and Maui, slurps down the bottles of expensive Bordeaux without sending thank you cards. On the web she is called a cunt, a twat, a tease, a whore, bitch, slut. She laughs and responds with silence or candid shots of her flipping off the camera as she sloughs off a strip of adductor for a brazing. Everyone, she knows, wants her. They flock. They follow. They see the bits she flays off, chunked and shaved and marinated and poached and broiled and charred. They know her flavor, her tenderness. But what is behind that skin and meat? What seeps into the bones, into her offal and sweetbreads? Do her glial cells taste like chicken? Will her axons and neurobulbs light up the umami buds? She is flash fried, pan seared, and brined, flambéed, macerated, simmered. She is used, digested, shat out. She sticks to intestines, nourishes nervous systems, clogs arteries. No one really knows her, but everyone wants a taste. The end.